the heavyweights. And it's Erkin Adylbek Uulu of Kyrgyzstan against Azerbaijan's Tokyo 2020 bronze medalist Loren Alfonso. Here is Adylbek Uulu, flag bearer for his nation at Rio 2016. Yesterday, beg your pardon, on Friday, he was able to withstand the fury of Arian Said Panan of the boxing refugee team. Very different equation for him here against the former Cuban, the world champion in 2021. On Friday, a defensive masterclass against India's Sanjit Kumar, who could barely lay a glove on him.
You mentioned the work of Sanjit Kumar. Too elusive was Alfonso. Adylbek Uulu, we've seen him quite restrained. He's worked within his limitations, he's worked within his game plans, but I think this one he's going to have to drag out an extra level. He's very good at straight shots down the middle. He's very good at back foot boxing. Can he be patient enough to make Alfonso come forward? Because Loren Alfonso loves to lean back, loves to do that traditional Cuban style, to pot shot, to pick shots, to spin and to pivot. So Adylbek Uulu, if he can wait a little bit and draw the man from Azerbaijan forward, might be a good tactic. Easier said than done, of course, when you see the record through for Alfonso.
Yeah, it was a good illustration against Sanjit Kumar, who looked impressive until he came up against Alfonso, and he didn't show that patience, and he almost started mimicking Alfonso in that bout.
Yeah, it's a dangerous thing. We talk about your own nature, your own game plan. If you have to change that to copy someone else, well, they're going to be better at doing it. It's the old adage, be yourself, everyone else is taken. Adylbek Uulu trying to take the centre stage, and one of the things that's underestimated about Loren Alfonso is that physicality. He's big and strong when he needs to be. Good patience so far from the man from Kyrgyzstan.
He's landing the jab, which is more than Sanjit Kumar did a couple of days ago. Alfonso so good defensively, he can make you look a bit silly as the referee tells them to engage.
It's good from Adylbek Uulu. It's exactly what we said. Very hard to win the bout at this occasion, but you can certainly lose it. You can certainly get the momentum, and then you're chasing shadows the whole time. But Alfonso not really getting it his own way. Good block there with the arm there from Adylbek Uulu.
Adylbek Uulu trying to throw that jab to the body as well. Approaching the midway point of round one, and this is not unsurprising in a contest involving Loren Alfonso. Not too many punches thrown, and it's about gaining control of the bout. But Adylbek Uulu doing a good job so far.
Very good, because if we look, there's a lack of pace, you would think, but inside their heads they're making micro adjustments to their game plans, and Adylbek Uulu stalking but not get involved in rushing too much. This is really good. If he can wait, drawing the fire there from Alfonso, he's got a chance.
Good combination for Alfonso, his first salvo of the contest inside the last minute of round one. He's not having things all his own way here.
Really good, really good. There's a big right hand there from Adylbek Uulu. You mentioned those couple of good combinations, and that's the thing that Adylbek Uulu wants to do. Draw him in, be patient, and then try and detonate with the big shots, but not rushing in. This is very wise.
Alfonso making him miss a couple of times, but I'm sure Adylbek Uulu will have been prepared for that. Alfonso putting his hand up to suggest to the judges he's scored. Does land a couple of lefts.
Of course, the judges are very experienced. They're right down there ringside. There's a few of these who have been caught on the gloves. Adylbek Uulu had one eye-catching shot, It's literally those margins. Here's a nice little hook to finish.
Alfonso shakes his fist in the air, but he comes into this bout obviously with a big reputation, and sometimes that counts. He is getting the first round 10-9 on all the scorecards.
Yeah, I think the reputation giving him the benefit of the doubt there. Erkin, Adylbek, Uulu. Wise, setting at a reasonable pace. A thoughtful performance. But ultimately not fruitful. When you do see those slowed down, there is some clean shots landed. And literally you're talking about 1 or 2 extra punches.
Corner there, working on the lactic acid in the legs. Adylbek, Uulu.
That's the kind of feeling if you're ever, sprinting in a treadmill, or you're, maximal effort. You get that taste of blood or iron in your own mouth. It's just the acidity, as you say. And the coach is trying to do their best just to shake that out, but trying to shake off that early disappointment. Adylbek, Uulu working behind a furtive jab, not real authority with it just yet.
You can see Alfonso, his head movement, his movement from the waist is just so good. Evading most of these jabs, then landing the counter.
And a lot of times, Rory, we would attribute that to good, physical preparation, flexibility, but it's also bravery, because you see these shots coming and you just have to move by the merest of margins. So the courage is there for Loren Alfonso.
Adylbek, Uulu sticking to his task as he takes 2-3 shots in return. And that could be enough to win the round for Loren Alfonso. I mean, he doesn't need to do that much because Adylbek, Uulu just isn't landing.
Yeah, he's mesmerising him, he's hypnotising him, and he's also doing the things that he has done all of his career. There's a nice little triple there from Alfonso. When you're used to fighting this way, Adylbek, Uulu is not. He would rather engage in a stand-up, straight out, straight punches. He's got good straight punches down the line. Loren Alfonso in his rhythm here, and these jabs are not really connecting. They'll be catching the judge's eyes.
Alfonso has upped his work rate slightly, throwing a few more punches. Left jab. Both men landing simultaneously. There was the 1-2 from Adylbek, Uulu. But Alfonso ready for it, and that hand speed from the Azeri is so impressive.
Yeah, the man from Baku in blues got the speed of thought and the hands to match it there. And as you say, just stepping it up now. He's thrown about 7 or 8 more punches than he did in the first round. And the punch effectiveness, the landing rate has been good as well. That's nice there as well.
Clinical stuff from Loren Alfonso. I mean, he was probably in second gear against Sanjeet. He was probably in third gear here. And credit to Adylbek, Uulu, who's made him raise his game that bit more. But Alfonso looks to have several more gears at his disposal.
Yeah, he's in the driving seat and he's pulling off into the distance. And he's got Adylbek, Uulu now mimicking his style. And again, that mirroring, that psychological, that little bit of hypnosis there from the man from Azerbaijan. And I'm sure he's got the judges mesmerised as well.
Really good performance in round 2. 10-9s across the board once more. He's 2 points up on all 5 scorecards. So Adylbek, Uulu now will have to go looking for the stoppage. And that's no easy task against Alfonso, just because he's so difficult to hit.
Yeah, he's got that electric eel-like quality. He'll sting you when you're not ready, just like so, but he'll also zip out of the way as well. He's got great movement and also big consequences, like so, if you get your distance wrong. And also, crucially, Adylbek Uulu, despite the fact that he hasn't managed to land big shots, he's been constantly chasing, he's been looking around, he's never been set. So he needs a big round now.
3 minutes for Erkin Adylbek Uulu to somehow change the complexion of this fight and win a quota spot in Paris. Looking good for Loren Alfonso, bronze medalist in Tokyo. You're hoping for better in Paris. Stiff left jab from Alfonso there.
As you say, plenty of authority behind that left jab when he needs it. Maybe going to get a little talking to for shuffling around too much. In terms of the battle of the feet, he's always stepping, he's always moving. Someone seems happy.
A scream from ring A. Combinations now from Alfonso, who's going through his repertoire.
And to his credit as well, he's also stepped in a little bit here. He doesn't want to just win it all by that kind of showboating style. He's picking off his punches. Adylbek Uulu beginning to look ever more ragged now.
Even Adylbek Ulu's movements, you can see they're becoming more like Alfonso's, with the sort of languid legs and swaying of the arms. As you say, you're never going to be as good as the original.
Exactly.
Oh, that's a beautiful combination from Alfonso. A left, snapping left jab.
The imitation, the sincerest form of flattery, but as you say, the original and still the best. Alfonso Loren looking good here.
Minute to go in round 3. And as you say, you know, we know him more for his defensive capabilities, and he's so good at that. But when he needs to, he's got the punches, he's got the power.
And that's the reason you're allowed to be in those defensive postures and elusive movement, because the opponent knows if I go in there and I eat these, it could be a real difficulty for me. So he has that authority behind that power that I mentioned right at the outset. As we move towards the business end now, Rory.
Yeah. Adylbek Uulu swinging for the fences, but he's taking 2-3 good shots from Alfonso. And the accuracy of Alfonso is just so good to see. It's so impressive, it's eye-catching, and Adylbek Uulu is feeling these punches.
Yeah, that accuracy comes from always being balanced, always being in the right position, and always being a threat as he just goes up on his toes a little bit here at the end. I'm sure they'll embrace, they understand there, Adylbek Uulu, that couldn't have done much more, but only one winner in that one, Rory.
And a very convincing winner at that. Adylbek Uulu has given his all. He was competitive in round 1, but Alfonso, rounds 2 and 3 in complete control. He worked up into a bit of a sweat, shall we say. You know, he got some punches away. He wasn't completely on the back foot like he has been in previous bouts, but a consummate performance, and he will be announced as the winner very shortly.
Ring B, ladies and gentlemen, the winner by unanimous decision in the blue corner, representing Azerbaijan, Alfonso Domingos Loren battle.
And a nice show of respect between the two. Loren Alfonso is returning to the Olympic Games. Salute to his supporters and the fans in the crowd. Great performance from Loren Alfonso. Tokyo 2020 bronze medalist. Could he be winning another medal in Paris? On what we've seen from him, he's going to be hard to stop.
No question about it, Rory. He'll emerge from that uninjured, unscathed, barely touched, in fact. And it was the touch of class that he managed to exhibit, the man from Azerbaijan, using all of his skills, and more than deserving of that. And it'll be a joy to watch in Paris, but it's also the joy for him there as he takes that richly deserved win.
Yep, 10-9s across the board, and all 5 judges' eyes. The final round as well. He joins